Now, security agencies have been hailed for the manner in which they handled the Riverside terror attack, which occurred almost 5 years after the Westgate attack. Let's now compare and contrast the security chiefs in charge of these critical dockets at the time of attack, both times. Let's start with in 2013 September, during that attack on the Westgate Mall. The man in charge of the policy at the Ministry of Interior was Joseph Olelenk, who was the cabinet secretary in charge of Interior. Right now, that has changed, of course. Fred Matiang'i is the man in charge. There has been a difference in the way communication was done in this during the terror attack at 14 Riverside Drive. That is not the only change that has been effected by President Uhuru Kenyatta since the Westgate Mall attack. We also have a new man in charge of the Kenya Defense Forces. Back in 2013, it was Karangi who was in charge of the Kenya Defense Forces during that operation. Julius Waweru Karangi was the CDF. That has changed as well. General Samson Mwadhedhe is a man in charge of Kenya's Defense Forces. He was not very much involved in this past attack on 14 Riverside Drive, as much as we know, as far as we know, but that change was also effected. Another change that President Uhuru Kenyatta did effect was changing the director of of the DCI. Ndego Mohoro was the man in charge of the Directorate of Criminal Investigations. He has since been shipped out to the Kenyan Embassy in Malaysia. The man in charge now is one of the first men on the scene at 14 Riverside Drive. George Kinoti is the one who now the focus is on as he investigates the criminal elements in this attack. The man in charge of the police operation, of course, David Kimayo, was the Inspector General of Police back in 2013 during the Westgate Mall attack, as well as in April 2015 during that attack at Garissa University College. After that attack in Garissa, that is when he was moved on from that docket. Joseph Boynet is a man in charge of the Kenya of the police service. He is an Inspector General of Police. Again, as was the case with the CS Matiang'i, the flow information from the police was very guarded, very efficient, according to pundits. The only person or the docket which has remained constant all through these attacks, all from the Westgate in 2013 and Garissa University College in 2015 until now, is the Cabinet Secretary in charge of Defense, Rachel Omamo. Let's now bring you that conversation about the